What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus deck profile. Today we're going over Floowandereeze. So this deck is actually going to be very popular in the upcoming format because of not just Shifter, but a lot of the monsters are going to be able to be like dodgeable. We also got 2 more copies, or 3 if you wish, of the Advent in the last set, Phantom Nightmare, which is really nice, which is dropping today. But this deck can play around through a lot of stuff. It also is like a lot of your summons is like if your opponent special summons a monster, you get the activate some effects, or like there's a lot of stuff that's basing on special summoning of monsters. And even the side deck cards, like we see like Bells, we see Droll. Well, Droll's obviously really good, but like we see a bunch of cards that are really good against this deck, or that are going to be played, and it just doesn't really hurt us at all. Like Soul Release, that does nothing against us, which is really nice. Obviously, you do have to be careful because Droll is in the main deck now of players, but just as much as they have Droll, you have Shifter, so which is really cool. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This deck has also a lot of room for expression, which is really cool. There's different ways you can play it, so definitely, play it at your own, how you guys want to play it, or depending on your locals or regionals. But everything that you guys should know how to play this, and I'm going to be playing it at my locals as well, so definitely worth trying out. So we're starting off with a 3 Rubina. This is obviously, everyone knows what this one does, so just for your other birds. We have the 3 Eaglin, the 1 Street, and the 1 Toucan. So you could 100% bump Street up to 2. I think it's like the only the difference you always want to play. We are still playing the 1 and 1. Hope that we do get the Toucan in the Super soon, but until then, we just got to play with our Ultra. We then have the double M-Pen, the 1 Ryza, and the 1 Miss Apex Avion. This is your standard lineup. There's nothing really that's going to be changing. If you're not playing any of this and you're playing something wrong, you could put this on the side, but it's definitely not worth it. I think that having the main deck is really nice. And don't forget to always bounce back your Ryza with itself. That's it for the main Flu package. Very nice. We are playing for hand traps. We're playing the D-Shifter. This is the D-Shifter.deck. And then we are playing the 3 Infinite Permanents as well as the DD Crow. So we're only playing 1 DD Crow. It is searchable, which is really nice. You can 100% bump this up to 2, and I'll explain in a bit why you could do that and what the benefits are, as well as the decreased benefits. And then, of course, we're playing Imperm over the Ash Blossoms because, well, if we play Droll, it'd be counterproductive with the D-Shifter, as well as, being able to get hit. If we don't activate D-Shifter, we just have the Imperm in the hand, we're actually going to be able to just Imperm and not get hit with talents, which is really nice. And obviously, if you have D-Shifter, I'd get talents if I could open D-Shifter every single game. It'd make no difference to me. And of course, DD Crow is a low impact, but it's able to be searchable, and it also is like really important in this upcoming meta. If you're able to play correctly, you have your Street and your DD Crow, you can end up like actually banishing multiple cards, which is really nice. It can hurt the grind game, as well as it's searchable, so why not play it? Then for spells, we are playing the 4 maps, map plus terraforming. We're playing the 5 Advents. So this is going to be called Shallow Cow Cry. So what's really cool is tribute 1 winged beast monster in your hand or face-up field. Very similar, also a quick effect. And then add a wave, well, whatever. Add 1 winged beast monster from your deck to your hand with the same level as a tributed monster that had. You don't activate 1 of it per turn. So what's really cool is that you actually now have 5, and which is why we're playing only 2 of these ones. You have ways to play around Droll as well as play through Droll, and also getting your like double searches. So it's really cool because you can, like if they Droll, you can go on res or chain this as well. And like you can just play through a bunch of stuff that way, which is really nice for us. And this, you can also like lets you search for your winged beast monsters, and then this lets you get your map, which is like just really nice. We're playing only 5 of it because in your opening hand you want to see the maximum chances of having it, but you don't want to have like 2 of these. So like having a chance to open up 1 of them is completely fine, which is why we're playing only 5, which is like the standard. It's kind of like your normal summons in most decks. Like, if you only want to play 5 to 6 normal summons, it's the exact same reason. And then we are also playing the consistency cards. We're playing the 3 Prod of Prosperities and the 3 Desires. We don't special summon, and we want to dig, so really nice. And of course, we are playing the Call of the Grave as well as the Unexplored Winds. We hate Droll and Lockbird, so that's why we're playing it. Very good to hit against that. And of course, the Wind is just part of your combo. You're able to like tribute up a bunch of monsters in the grind game as well. Going for the M-Pen summons all the time, tributing it off stuff. You can go M-Pen, summon it like a Stree, and then Stree can banish one of your opponent's cards. Then Stree is going to be able to let you normal summon for a second M-Pen by tributing over like one of their monsters and the Stree, and then you have like a bunch of other stuff, which is really nice. And then we are playing the triple Featherstorm and the 1 Dreaming Town. So I know some players are actually playing Thrust. I don't love Thrust all the time. That's just my deck building, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of Thrust. You could play like 2 Dreaming Towns, which is probably fine. And you can like cut down on Harpy's Featherstorm, but I wanted to see this as much as possible. It's not the best going second, so you could 100% like cut this down to 2, maybe put this in for the second DD Crow and then play through your stuff. But like if you're able to resolve this effect going first, like even just normal summoning out a copy of Eaglin, not even activating the effect, setting this, passing, activating this is just absolutely insane. Pretty much wins you every single game, which is really nice. So definitely important to note. And we are playing the 40 cards. You know, this plus Shifter is going to be just your MVPs. Now for the extra deck. The extra deck's not that important. I'll be just showing you guys some options you guys can play. We can play the Link Rebo. You're not going to push summon out, but like, you know, if this can help you dodge your imperms and stuff like that. Your Anima, and this is for the grind game. Let's say you leave a bird on the field, you do your combos, you then get to hit your trap, you activate your trap, you go normal summon, you get your effects, and you sometimes leave like a level 1 on the field. If they don't end up beating over that, you can actually just, like if they obviously leave your field and they leave something in your extra, in the underneath the extra monster zones, a lot of players don't like think about that. They're thinking about when they're playing it's like Fire King or they're playing it Snake Eye. But against us, we can just actually like link this away, go for an Anima, steal something that's like really important to them. And obviously you can't special summon for the rest of his turn, but like it's just really nice if you already have like a little bit of a push, and being able to like to steal or take something is just really nice. Then we are playing the 2 SP Little Knights just because we can. Same thing with the 2 Typhon. And we are playing the Zeus package. And then we are also playing these 2 for like if we're playing against Fire King with like the Maximus build, or we're playing as like Dogmatica, whatever you really want. Like there's so many options you guys can play. There's nothing really like set in stone for the extra deck for this deck, which is really nice. Like it's ultimately up to you guys. You can also play like the Cyber Dragon card and like the Nova, or yeah, Cyber Dragon Nova plus like the Makaba. Like there's just so much options you can do. You can also play those like the Water Charmer and the Wind Charmer. There's not that many wind cards other than like Droll and Lockwood in the format, as well as like for water monsters there's like nothing. I guess Dweller, but like even then, if someone's making Dweller versus you, then they have a problem, which is kind of funny. But other than that, it's really up to you guys. You know, this is only a 14 card extra deck as well. You could play the other Lyralus card, whatever you really want to play. I do find that the hardest part about this is filling out the extra deck, which is why like sometimes people are playing cherries and stuff like that. But regardless, hope you guys enjoyed watching the deck profile. If you guys want to see any more stuff like this, let me know in the comment section down below. We're going to be showing off some Floowandereeze duels as well in the upcoming future. I know like the schedule uploading is a little bit weird. No POVs this week due to the fact that we didn't have locals, which is fine. But we'll see everything will be resuming back on the 12th for you guys. So hope you guys enjoy watching that, and see you back with some Floowandereeze stuff in the future.